What is going on, everybody? King Recon here, and the time has come. Yes, the time has come, ladies and gentlemen, to discuss your top 10 favorite Kingdom characters that you all voted for. So let's go ahead and open the very first issue of my own personal Kingdom magazine to look into what you guys voted as your top 10 favorite Kingdom characters. Starting us off at number 10 is the main man himself. The man, if you look up in the dictionary, the very word hype, his picture shows up. I'm talking about Boo, man. What needs to be said? He has one of the greatest fights in the history of this medium under his belt, a 6-star classic with Conmay. Mobu is the epitome of hype itself, need I say more, and he comes in at number 10 with 191 points. Now coming in at number 9 with 217 points, my girl, the goddess of death, Yotan Ai. The hype for Yotan Wa has been real for me ever since the beginning of the series, but you guys know me, man. When I read that panel, which is still my second favorite panel in this entire series, it's time for a bloodbath. Come on, man, it's time for a bloodbath. Legendary character, and I cannot wait to see more of what she's going to do in the current arc. But for right now, she comes in at number 9, Yotan Wa with 217 points. Now coming in at number 8 with only 2 more points, a legend, the man, coming in at number 8 with 219 points, Duke Yo! And as Barry Mouse stated, never let your fire die out. Need I say more? Duke Yo, awesome sauce, man. Coming in number 8 with 219 points. Now with only a 3-point differential between Duke Yo and number 7, coming in at number 7 with 222 points. Once again, only a 3-point difference. If you guys voted for number 7 or number 8 or number 9, you ensured that they took the spot that they had. And coming in at number 7, one of the 3 legendary supernovas, Commodore Laz's boy, Moten, who has been going in there like swimwear this arc. But I went ahead and I asked Laz, and I said, Laz, if you could tell me in a couple sentences why you love Moten, okay, can you please tell me, like, why is he your favorite character? And this is what he told me. He doesn't come across off as a barbaric or super serious person. In fact, he is as cool as a cucumber. The man has his fashion styles on point, professional with his swordplay, and is a genius soul with a lively personality. But most of all, he's a family man at heart. That last trait alone is what connects me to him because of how much I value family. Chapter 535 is a legendary chapter, and that's a shoot by my boy Laz. Thank you, Laz, for sending me that, and that's why Moten comes in at number 7 with 222 points. Now coming in at number 6, this is one of my boys right here. We're talking about the King of Kingdom. Coming in at number 6 with 271 points, Ace, aka the man who cuts the best promos in the game today. I will never forget when Sei entered my own personal favorites. Was whenever this man came into the Battle of Sai and cut the absolute, one of the godliest promos I've ever seen, to the point to where he brought up all of these guys who aren't even warriors and made them warriors because of the fact that he reached their soul with his words. That is a true king. Ace comes in at 271 points at number 6, the King of Kingdom. Now coming in at number 5 is another character who has been going in there like swimwear in this arc. A man with so much hype around him, it's not even funny. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about the one and only Osen. And in the words of my main man Peter, all I have to say is locusts. Now coming in at number 4, ladies and gentlemen, with 330 points, one of my personal favorite characters. We're talking about a man, we're talking about a goat, we're talking about a villain, and we're talking about a savage. Coming in number 4 with 330 points is the man himself, Kanki! Ladies and gentlemen, just like if you were to search up the word hype in a dictionary and Mobu's face would pop up, if you were to search up the word savage in a dictionary, Kanki would show up right there. You know, clear as day. You would see his picture right there, more than likely with his feet up, chilling, looking straight out at the sun, because the man is GOAT. Ladies and gentlemen, Kanki is the dude, man. I've loved him from his initial introduction up until where we are today. He's one of my favorites. He's insane, but that's why I love him. And the way that his crew and his squad just respects him for that and loves him for that, because he doesn't go by the book. He does what he wants, but he's a genius. He's a battle genius. And that's what I love so much about him. He doesn't go by the rules. He just does whatever he wants, and that's what makes him so beast, both as a character and on the field. He's such an awesome character, and the fact that he's actually an official general is so cool, man. And I'll never forget the first time that I read the gift, the legendary gift scene, man, chapter 481. Just fantastic stuff, man. I love Kanki. I absolutely love Kanki. Now, coming in at number 3, top 3 right here, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about the general, man. You already know who I'm talking about. Coming in number 3, we have with 428 points. That is almost 100 more points than number 4. 428 points, number 3. Oki, aka Them Lips Sama. Let's go. Listen, man, my first favorite character when I got into Kingdom was actually Oki. Oki to me is like the Shanks was the Shanks of the series to me, and then at the end he ended up being like the Whitebeard of the series to me. I love the way that he was, man. I loved the way that he carried himself. I loved how everything that he did was less for himself and more for the next generation, because it seemed like he knew his time was coming soon. So he tried to pass on as much of it, all the knowledge that he had onto the youngsters. Youngster Shin, man. And I love that, man. He was like a father figure at all times to his people and to everybody around him. Just the way he carried himself and the presence that he always had was very, very admirable, and it's something that I try to carry into my own personal daily life. As like that presence, you try to carry like that certain aura of yourself that'll allow people to respect you. And that's what Oki had, man. And Oki, he just had that charisma oozing from him, and he was such an awesome character. And 172 still holds, a special place in my heart. That first live reaction I ever did, which was for his death, man. It always have a special place in my heart. And Oki comes in at number 3 with 428 points, man. R.I.P. Big Lips Sama. You will always be the GOAT, and we will always have you in our hearts, man. But he's no longer my favorite character, and I'll tell you who is here in just one moment. Now, coming in at number 2 with 438 points is, without question, my personal favorite character in Kingdom, and one of my favorite characters in this entire medium. And I wanted to write a little excerpt for Kyokai, because Kyokai of the Haishin unit is pretty much a perfect representation of why Kingdom means so much to me. But I'll go ahead and read off what I have here. Once again, with 438 points, and number 2 is Kyokai, but she is my personal favorite character in Kingdom. In all of my years of reading manga, there are certain characters that I love from initial introduction that I just continue to love more and more as the series progresses. Kyokai is that statement to a T. Her initial character design and extremely calm, Killua-like demeanor made me love her even more, with so many questions surrounding her past and what her true motives were. With the introduction of Kanki and my love for villains, of course, wanted me to place him as my favorite. He pretty much was for the entirety of the Coalition arc. However, it immediately became Kyokai the very moment I finished my live reaction to her revenge arc. Kyokai's revenge arc is everything I wanted it to be and more, even though it is a predictable conclusion from all of the build-up we had been seeing throughout the entirety of the series up until that point. The moment where she, as a person who gave up on believing in others due to the loss of someone so close to her, came to draw from the strength of those that she truly cares about to overcome her enemy, in which in reality is really just her own anger and emotions, was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. There are friendship flashbacks, there are friendship power-ups, but that's not what this scene was. This scene was a strong individual coming to grips with the fact that she no longer has to live for just revenge, when she can instead just live to laugh and eat breakfast with the Haishin unit. If that doesn't show the importance of human relationships, then I don't know what does. And that's why Kyokai is my favorite character, but she comes in on your guys' list at number 2 with 438 points. Now coming in at number 1, now you feel like number 1, with a whopping 502 points. You probably could have guessed it by now. He is without question my second favorite character in this story, and you know, he damn well deserves the number 1 spot. Ladies and gentlemen, the main character of Kingdom, Shin of the Haishin unit, with 502 points. And I wrote something for Shin as well. And with Shin truly represents to me what it means to be a main character. A character that I actually didn't like that much when I was first introduced to him. I'm usually more on the villain side anyway, but in the beginning didn't really feel anything towards Shin. He was sort of like a Luffy wannabe to me. But man, would my opinion quickly change. Throughout the course of the series, I just grew to love him more and more as the arcs, chapters, and pages passed. What went from me originally just wanting to see the generals and all of the strong opponents transitioned into what I truly love in manga. Characters that I can get emotionally invested in. Horror truly made me care about Shin, the Haishin unit, and his dream. It's quite odd, but it's like the more people join the Haishin unit, the more and more I came to love Shin, because he shines best in the role of a leader to me. Those scenes when the other members of the unit look up to him and have conversation about how great of a person and warrior he is truly incredible, and what I love most about it is that is his dream. That's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to be acknowledged by the world as a great general of the heavens. From the legendary fight with Rinko, to the legendary and amazing standoff with Hoken in the Coalition arc, to the greatness with Duke Hyo, the speech that he gave to Kyokai, to the hype I felt when I saw him return from a year time skip in the Seikyo arc, to actually rooting for Shin and the Haishin unit against Konki, a villain that I absolutely love, and of course my favorite chapter in all of Kingdom, chapter 499, when he receives the legendary glaive. Shin represents to me what I should aspire to write in my own book. A main character that I'm emotionally invested in. A character that when I first met I didn't really like, but as I went through this journey with, I grew to love because I grew to understand and respect him, and everything that he believes in. That is what I believe is what it means to be a true main character. And that is your list, everybody. Your top 10 favorite Kingdom characters. You have no idea how much fun this was. I put so much hard work into this because I wanted it to come out as awesome as possible, and I hope you guys enjoyed the new format that I decided to do for this. It took a long time, but I think that it came out pretty awesome, and I hope that you guys liked it as well. It was a lot of fun to tally up the results and reading all of your comments and just tallying them up. It took about a month, but it was a lot of fun, man. I absolutely enjoyed it, just like Kingdom itself. To me, it was a journey, and it was a journey that I absolutely loved into making this video, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed it. And here in the near future, you can expect something like this again with Volume 2 of another edition in the Kingdom magazine. But right now, I will see you guys next time. Have an awesome day. And remember to always love and appreciate the greatness of Kingdom.